Hey family, hey, good morning. Well, it's actually about noon, so good afternoon. I was playing in the garden a little bit and I was like, man, it looks beautiful out here. I figured, let me show you what's going on in the garden. Everything is blooming and just doing. So let me show you. Right here, I got some cucumbers. One is over here, one is over there. I'm hoping that one launch over here and grow across the gate this way. And this one, we can allow that to trellis up there. Right here, I got my strawberries from last year. And they're doing good. I probably need to up pot these and move them around. I had a water system on here, but for some reason it stopped working. So I have to figure out something else. But I do still water it. So whatever is in here can still do what it needs to do. I got some corn, which is looking good. My only concern on my corn right now is it's not as green and lush as I would like for it to be. But I don't want to overfeed it because I have been giving it the 511 fish fertilizer. But they're growing and they're doing. So I don't want to overdo it. But I will feed this more because we all know that your corn is like a grass. So we're going to feed it as we need to and let it do what it does because again, it's still growing. On this side, we got some peppers. Now look, y'all, we actually got peppers coming in. Can you guys see that? I don't know how well you can see that on here because the sun is in my face, but we got peppers coming on. These are the jalapenos. These are jalapenos. Over here, I got my yellow bells, and they're coming in. They're coming in pretty nicely. I got my rosemary from, I want to say that's a year old now. It's been in here since last year, and it's doing good. Right here, I don't know what this is. I want to say maybe another pepper, and we got another pepper here. It might be another jalapeno. It might be another bell. We don't know. Let's look on this side. I'm going to try to do side to side. But of course, we got our peppermints coming back. And I think these are my garlics that when I trade out my beds and stuff or pop in garlic and onions places, they're coming nicely. I think I'll probably use these as seeds for next year just as well. Seed garlics. Over here, we got the brown jalapeno right here. We got a tomato right there. I got my onions doing good. Another pepper. I think these are my bell peppers. Got more onions. Everything is looking so good. We got my Chinese cabbage, y'all. Look at this. They are so beautiful. So, listen, I am growing these, and they are beautiful. They're also shading out my pepper over here. But I can't eat them quick enough. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut these. I'm going to see if I can give them to one of my nail techs, Phoebe and Sam. I love those guys. Well, one is a woman and one is a guy, but I say I love those guys. They are so good to me, and I would like to give those to them along with my tot soy. Look at that baby. Some food is just beautiful, just in the way that it grows. It's so pretty. Can y'all see that as my shadow? Like, that is so pretty. We got some squash growing up right here, doing well. And like I said, we got peppers over here. I'm going to cut these out today because they are too big and they're blocking my pepper that's right there. So, what else we got? We got onions doing well. But more peppers over here because you remember, y'all, I need my peppers. And I got some cantaloupes right here. Those are cantaloupes. They're cantaloupe. So we've been getting hot weather, but it hasn't been consistently hot. It's been off and on. Like we'll get lately this week we've been like in the 70s, high 70s, and then we'll drop at night a little bit. Then we'll get back up. So it's been up and down, nothing consistent. So I think that might be why they're struggling a little bit. But hey, they're still fine. We got some peppers, and the cantaloupe is the Hell Jumbo cantaloupe. We got some more bell peppers. They're coming along. They're coming along. And they got a basil. So I went and bought 2 more grapes, not muscadine. See, when I bought, oh, look at that. That actually is starting to put on some fruit. So I bought this one, and that one. I think there's 4 in here. Those were all muscadines, and I really, really wanted some grapes. So I went ahead and got some grapes. This one is a red one. That's a green one. And they're doing good. I don't know if I'll get any grapes this year from these 2, but I'm okay with that. Muscadines, they kicked butt last year. This year, this doesn't look like it's doing much of anything. This one, I didn't know if it was dead, but it started growing down here. Now see that? It started growing lower versus off of the ones that was already here. I don't know. My garlics, yeah, I know they're doing good. My boy David told me to let these go all the way brown for the most part into maybe the last stalk. And I trust him, so I'm going to listen to him. And he grows a hell of a garden, David Cropper. And I'm going to leave them. So we're going to leave these to be. Over here, I still got some, I still got collards in here. So I got my collards, I got my peppers, I got my onions. I got my tomatoes are looking real good. Look at these. Look at that, y'all. Tomatoes are tomatoing. Tomatoes are tomatoing. And I want this to do what it does, and I'm going to allow it to just, pin up on it here. And my game plan is, remember, I want things to shade off within itself in the garden. So I have like the cantaloupes and all that stuff. My game plan is for those to, as the cantaloupes and things grow, it'll give shading. Because we all know when temperatures get to a certain amount, the tomatoes will stop producing. So we got a climb in here that will give us shade if it does what it needs to do. And then we got the grapes over here that if they climb, then they would do what it needs to do to give some shading. I got some cherry tomatoes back here that actually, look, some cherry tomatoes on there. Again, I don't know if you guys could see that, but it's a little cluster there. Collards still holding on strong. I probably pull some of these, chop them up, put them in the freezer. Got some more bells. Carrots doing good. Everything is looking so good. I got peppers all throughout here, but I definitely see that they're being shaded out by a lot of stuff. I got another cantaloupe back here, which probably the onion or the garlic. You know what? Sometimes I get confused. These normally are garlics, but sometimes they be onions. But I think these are garlic. I think this is a garlic. I think it's the red garlic. My lavender is still lavendered. I didn't know. I thought it was dead. And look, all of this new growth. Look at all the green coming back. Ooh, there we go. Look at that purple. Look at that. Even on the little stem. Again, hopefully y'all can see that. I'm trying to make sure I'm not in the sun. They're so pretty and they smell amazing. Okay, so we got my collards here, my seed pods. I am collecting. So Gina versus Gina saved my life this year, and she gave me some collard seeds. So we're going to make sure we don't make a mistake again and run out of collards. So I'm saving my seeds. I think I have 3 collard that I'll let go to seed, that I'm just letting them do this so I can collect the pods. Look at this garlic, y'all. Now remember, I had just told you I thought everything was done. I'm getting new shoots. Do y'all see that? It's new shoots, which means this thing is still bubbling. So I'm trusting David, because I was going to pull that one because it's such a nice size. I don't know if y'all can see that. Because it's such a nice size bulb, I was going to pull that. But it's giving me new shoots, which means it's still growing. So thank you, David. Now, let me show you my fun stuff. Y'all know that I've been doing my trying to grow these apples. Look, y'all. The girl got apples. I don't know what to do with them yet. They're very, very small. I just been making sure the aphids and all that stuff, make sure nothing is on them. But oh my goodness, look how many apples I have on this thing. I even have clusters. Let me see if I can pull it down. Look at that, y'all. I have so many apples. I don't know if y'all could see it all. That one. Look at that, y'all. I got apples. See them aphids though? See the aphids on the back of that leaf right there? Now I sprayed yesterday. I'm gonna spray again today. And I've just been spraying with water. And then this baby right here, this one is the, let's see. This one is the Dorset. She hasn't given me flowers yet. Weirdly. Now let me tell you. This one, which is my Anna, and the Dorset went in the ground at the same time. Anna gave me flowers and she has not. But this one is in a pot. And this is my Honeycrisp. And that baby is what pollinated Anna. So I'm very, very intrigued. And I'm learning because this is my first year. So let me say this. With this being my first year, whether I get fruit or not, this is my learning year. Because last year I didn't get anything. This year I'm just trying to pay attention. Because what I may need, I don't know yet. What I'm thinking I may need to get another apple that might bloom a little later in the season if the Dorset doesn't wake up until later. Again, I have leaves, but I don't have any flowers. The plum did the same thing to me this year. One plum, both woke up, but one plum gave me hell of a flowers. The other plum didn't give me any. But we learning as we go. Here go my Roma baby, getting big and beautiful over here. Oh, look, I got a Roma on there. Can you guys see that? Ooh, yes. So you guys know, look at that. I got two. Let me see. So this one is on the opposite side. I got most of the tomatoes on the other end, and I got this one just like in this little cut in a bucket. Because I want to do a lot of paste tomatoes. So I'm putting them also in different areas because, you know, if bugs start attacking, you don't want all your stuff in one area where everything gets eaten up. All right, look at this. Now this is my wild bed. This is onions and garlic. Me and little mama did this, and I just let it do what it does. So nothing crazy. It's doing what it needs to do. Very excited. I got a rosemary right here. That's doing well in a bucket. I got some more corn. Now this corn, I just recently planted, maybe 325. 325 is when we did this corn. Okay, and look at these. These are coming up, but they're a lot greener. I feel like these are a lot greener than the other ones. So I don't know, but I do think I put like my compost in here. Now, my potatoes, y'all, I'm trying to get potatoes all year. I want to do french fries. My children eat a lot of french fries and stuff. So I want to grow a lot of potatoes so I can do my french fries, do my hash browns, all of that stuff. Same thing with this one. Got more coming up. And these are red. And this one is also red. Yeah, these are red. I think these are store-bought. I think I have store on there. These are some potatoes that I had in the pantry that started to go to seed. So I went ahead and did that. Okay, so we're going to go to the other side now. Good morning, my love. We're going to go to the other side, and I'm going to show you, you know, we're going to save the greenhouse to last. Let's do the walkthrough from this. So, also, I was so surprised. So a lot of my lemons and limes and tangerine, my citrus, we'll say citrus, did not make it through the winter because we had a hell of a winter. But look at this. My tangerine started growing from down here. Yesterday I was cleaning up in here and I seen some green because I had the paper still around here. And I seen some green and I pulled the paper off and look at this, y'all. Now, my concern broke. And so good gardener, I need your help on this. Will this be the same tangerine or the correct tangerine? This is it right here. If I can get the paper together. This is it right here. Right? But my concern is I'm looking for the stalk, the cut part. Normally, I think it's down here. But this, I think, is a little further down. So, I don't even know what I'm going to get. Will I get what this is supposed to be? Not sure. We got our Roselle doing good. Roselle like it really hot with a nice cool off. So, you got a couple of, beat up leaves. But I'm not worried about that. Roselle's a fighter. Here's my avocado. I got another one coming this month. So I'll be honest with you guys, with this I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's looking good, it's not dying, so I guess I'm winning. This one did not come back either, and this is my orange. But since the tangerine came back, I may leave this to see what it does. Another Roselle. Look at this, y'all. I look down there. Look at that. It's coming up. This is my moringa. Remember last year I was like, they said if you put your moringa in the ground and just leave it, it'll grow again. So nothing up here is growing, but it started growing down there. Hopefully y'all can see that. My watermelon. You know your girl getting ready for watermelon wars. You know your girl's ready. Some more Roselle. This is the cutting of the ones that this one and this one, remember, are the cuttings of the big one that I had out here that did not make it. I pulled that one 2-3 days ago, and I put the watermelon in its place. I'm gonna show y'all that. But they're doing good. But I live and I learn. They're not in the ground, they are in the buckets. I had a couple of blooms on here. I don't think they made it, which is okay, but because I want their roots to get really, really good and established. Got watermelon. Yes, and they are looking good. This is where the lemon tree was that I pulled up, that I took the cuttings from, and I put the watermelon, and they look like they're doing just fine. Here's a watermelon. Okay, so when you see a just watermelon, that means this is a seed that I grew last year. This is a watermelon that I grew last year that I took the seeds from. And we're going to see what it is. Now, my cherries, this one was in a pot. And it didn't do so well. And I took it out the pot and I put it in the ground. And what I realized is the soil that I have is so rich and was holding too much water. The cherries like more of a drain soil. So when I put it in here, this sucker went and started getting very, very nice. And this is the one I need to pollinate those two. Look how beautiful a cherry tree is. Like, it is so pretty. It is so pretty. And what I'm hoping is, between the cherry trees and everything, as the watermelon, I want the watermelon to grow and just run through all of here. All of here. Look, y'all, I finally almost got it completely done to the end. We're so close. And I'm going to probably put more trees here. Just don't know yet. I'm wondering, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Should the peach trees go here? I have one right now. I have two. One is doing well. The other one hasn't did anything yet because, I think they had the soil too much. But I'm thinking I could put the peach trees right up in here, and they can do really well. I don't know enough about their root system to say whether or not it'll mess with anything towards the house. But I'm thinking the two peach trees being here might be really, really nice. So we're going to go back down this way. And let me tell y'all, most of my garden is on the edging around the home. I try not to take up too much of the yard. So here we are. We got more bell peppers. More bell peppers. Beautiful flowers. Look at that. That's going to be a beauty. Whenever that opens up, can you guys see that? When that opens up, there's so many little heads of flowers on that thing. That's going to be gorgeous. Slowly, all the flowers and stuff is coming up. And this is what I want. I want it like the flowers and everything. And then here, eventually, I'll plant stuff in here, onions and or garlic in here, until this bed becomes a full flower bed. Look, onions over here, doing well. Potato lane over here. Look at these potatoes. Look at these potatoes. They're so gorgeous. This is 1.7. I planted these. I put about 5 potatoes in here. Now, y'all remember, these were in the winter, so they kept dying back and coming back, dying back. But look, they are doing good. This was 119, doing good. These are the potatoes I got from Gina versus Gina. Again, they all died that back, and now they all coming back up. Look, there's even another one coming up right there. But they all died back, and now they all coming back up. So, again, I want all the potatoes. All of them. I got some peppers right here. Here, I think these are sunflowers. So they were growing in my other bed, and I just took them out and put them in here. I got some blackberries over there. I think, yeah, that's my blackberry. But I'm hoping that grows up on the trellis. My figs have not came back. Now this was my lemongrass, and I guess it's completely gone. But I'm gonna see. I'm gonna continue to still water it because it's a grass, so it may come back regardless. Here go my other collard green that I told you I was collecting the pods on, and the bees love this. Look at this, y'all. This is my peach tree, and when I tell you guys, I'm so excited about. Look at that. Look at that. Can y'all see how big that one is? Look at that. I am so excited, and we're getting like some actual sizes on them. Again, this is my first year. Now, this is the Reliance. Look, thank you. Thank you for your service. Yes, yes, yes. This is my first year with the Reliance. And this is doing amazing. Amazing. I do have to be mindful not to over water because, again, the soil that I have in here is real rich. And I don't think it's enough sand. So I have to be mindful not to. So what I do is I just like tug on it. You see how there's water already still in it? But that's only because I fertilized this morning. So I'm not going to water again. If this is heavy, then I know it doesn't need any water. Okay. Look, just look at the beauty of this, y'all. I haven't done it all, but look. It's just so beautiful and green. Look. There goes some more collards. Look at them. They love it. They love it here. I got watermelon down there. That's my garden leader. A Congo melon. Of course, all my onions are looking spectacular. I put a cantaloupe right there that I would like for it to grow up. Again, what it'll do is it gives some of the shade also to the watermelon while the soil and everything will still get hot. This is my brandy wine. Look, it's a tomato right there. Can y'all see that? I got tomato right here. This is my Got Stuff tomato, which is looking good. I'm trying to keep everything. I'm having a stick there so it can lean a little more towards the fence. So again, I can get the fence to trellis it as it gets larger. I got another Congo watermelon, another pepper. Remember what I also said. I want the plants to also give its own shade to the garden. So as tomatoes get larger, it'll shade a little more over here and everything should grow really, really well. Look at the strawberry patch, y'all. I'm gonna have so many strawberries. This right here, onion is going to seed. It looks like it's my red. A lot of my red onions are bolting, which again, it's fine. We got plenty of onions. So I'm gonna leave this one. I did look to see how big the bulb got. The bulb did get to a nice size, but I think I'm gonna leave this one to bolt so I can get some seeds. Look at all of these strawberries, y'all. I've already eaten some of the strawberries from one of the other patches, but look at that. It's gonna be so cool when I tell the kids, like, go ahead, get some strawberries out of the garden. I got some cantaloupe. We still, like I said, we still got collards. I got a marigold right here, which did really good on my bed last year. More collards, more peppers, and some cantaloupes. So again, we want the onions are looking spectacular. I am going to try to leave these until they said let the neck bend. That's my game plan. I have to learn to be patient this year. More potatoes. Look at this. Look at my comfrey showing out. Something is nibbling on it though. Something's been nibbling on the comfrey. I don't know if y'all can see that. But that comfrey is showing out. Potato bed. Another potato bed. Some more peppers right here. Everything looks so amazing. I got watermelon right there. Some more onions right there. They're looking good. I got some sage. So that sage right there is called sage mugwort. That was that grew in my grass. And when I did the camera to see what it was, I pulled it because I don't know if that came from my actual sage plant, that seeded maybe. But I pulled it and said, let me see what it does. Look at this. My cilantro going to seed. But again, just using it for pollinators. Onions are doing great. Onions are doing great. Tomatoes. This is the queen of the night. Some cilantro. And I got the sweet potato back there. And it's finally giving me some slips. So I just planted the tomato. I was like, bump this. The sweet potato. Because it wasn't doing anything. And we got some carrots. This is going to be my other corn bed. One of the corns came up. Maybe that's all I see right now. Again, some more cilantro and some onions. I'm hoping that this doesn't die, because it looks like the heat might be taking out the battery quicker. But look at that, y'all. I got a squash. Got a squash right there. And I got a couple of them on there. So I'm letting this baby go on up. I got another squash right there. I got some peppers. And of course, all of my good lettuces. I want to have a conversation about these tomatoes right here, because these are artesian tomatoes. They're growing amazing, but they got a lot of like their foliage is so wispy and it like gets tangled. But look, I have plenty of tomatoes growing, like the clusters. They remind me of Romas, which is why I got them. And I want all the Romas. But they're doing so good. They're doing so good. Like, there's tomatoes everywhere. Look at my strawberries, y'all. This is why I've been eating the strawberries some. And they're nice sizes. Look at that big one. More. Now we're going to go in a greenhouse. And it looks great in here. I've been cutting my onions. I'm going to dehydrate those so I can make my powders. These are the onions that bolted. Look how beautiful it's getting in here. I moved the garlic in here that I pulled so it can have some good airflow. And I can watch it. Look at that. You know, as the paper dies. And it gets really hot in here. It gets really, really hot. But look, the squash, the peppers, beans. This tomato, I took a cut in. I'm going to see if I can get it to root. And then I'm going to put it back out there. That's another RTN tomato. These are black eyed peas or cow peas. More peppers. I mean, everything is doing so good. I just wanted to show y'all a little walkthrough of the garden and how everything was growing. And I don't post often, but it's just because I be busy. And sometimes you want to just enjoy what you're doing. And it is hard. Let me say this. It is hard to always record and try to do stuff in the garden. So this week I took a little vacation. I had quite a bit to do. But when I just sat back just now and just really looked at the garden, I was like, it looks so good. So good. I got a meetup tomorrow with the GA Georgia crew. We're going to meet up tomorrow. So I'm really, really excited about that because I've never done that. I think I'm going to make hubby come with me just so I can at least drag him along so he can experience why I be excited. But please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm just going to show you one more thing over here. And then we're going to say bye. Give me 1 second. Look at this, y'all. We got the lemon watermelon starting to crawl and sprawl. Can y'all see that? More peppers. More tomatoes. I think I might take the tomatoes out of here because it gets really, really hot. And I know it won't do anything if it's too hot in here. I still got stuff I'm trying to get to come up. Not as successful yet. Corn is still in here. Got a couple of plants that's still holding on. My peppers. Now, this is my serrano. Hubby loves serrano, so I got a serrano. And look, it's already giving me peppers. That's a serrano right there. Already ready. Look at that. So gorgeous. I put some of the beans in here. These are beans. Here's another pepper. More peppers, more beans, and those are the pretty flowers. Okay, so please like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, bye.